for the master list for the fall and spring for Boxmod Mafia. So that's fall and spring, twice a year. That's how many times there's a master list annually on BMM. So you figure you do that fall master, spring, fall, spring, 2 years. Now I got in BMM, I believe in March 2 years ago. So exactly 2 years, I hit the drop. So I don't think anyone's ever shown what it looks like when you win, when you get a drop, and you can pick your mod of all the different BMM mods to choose from. Now, splashes and fades are not included on this because they're a June and December thing only, although I think that's changed now too. I think he's making them even more limited, the splashes, so because they're more difficult to do. So I figure why not go through this together. If you don't hit the drop, you can't even see on the website what it looks like to select these mods and all the options that come with it. So I figured why not share it with you guys so you know what to expect if you ever hit on the BMM drop. So without further ado, let's see what it's all about. Okay, so here's what the BMM group looks like on Facebook. You can see there are 3.7 thousand members. And when you scroll through it will look like this. Here's a post from Roz. And this is what Charles does when he finishes a mod. He posts it up here like this in this little frame. He always does it like that. And you'll see people doing hand checks. That's from Dennis. He's a nice guy. Yeah, various things. Here's another mod that he posts. So somewhere in here, I'd like to find where I won. So let's just, so here it is. This, every Sunday or most Sundays, he made this post. It's usually at 4 o'clock. So here it was, 4:09. Congrats to, and then here we have 7 people, which is, I think, less than usual, but, and then you have possible runners up in case any of these people drop out, and then you have this from the master list with 4 entries. So there's like a list of, say, I don't know, 3,000 people, and each master list, spring and fall master list that goes by, if you don't win, you get 2 entries, and it just keeps building up till you get to 4. And now when you get 4, you're in your own separate list. So here I am. I came in as the second person out of 4 winners of people with 4 entries, and then here's the runner-up for that. So you also get a message. So basically it says, hello, thank you, congratulations. You got a spot in the master rando. Pick your device, blah, blah, blah. Here's the information. 1 device per person. Don't share the link. I'm sharing it with you guys, but it will no longer be active by the time I do this. And this is what it says. And then here's all the options. For example, this is a little more than everything. I'm noticing 320, I guess because it's really popular. Because here's the newest thing, and this is only 289. And I think all the other mods are, oh no, this is 339. Huh. So the bow rat is actually the most expensive. That is interesting. let's see what the, and then the new stash box R is 310. Let's see what the rat is. So this is cheaper, but this is a mech, or it's a fet mech. The mule, 289, so it's cheaper. Let's see what the Illumide 38 is. 339, interesting. And, you know, these prices have changed a bit, like, from before. 189. So there's a Rat V2 that's 18650. And then the Rat V2 that's 21700. And then here's the Billy Club, 289. So, Blackjack, I'm guessing is the same price, if not cheaper. Oh, it's a little cheaper. Interesting. Now, I guess I'm thinking the snitch. Look, yeah. So this is much cheaper because most people don't want this. The snitch V2. And then nicely, this is probably cheaper as well. 279. So actually, the nicely's up there. Although side by sides are popular again, so maybe that has something to do with it. So let's take, for example, the mule, because this is something I'm considering. Either the mule, the bootlegger, or the Billy Club V2. So you have orientation, right or left. So whether the button will be on this side or this side. You have the option for the bore opening being closed, so like it is now, or vented, so it'll be like a big slit right there. And the stash box has that too. So the buttons and tip material. This is all the options for the buttons and tips. Do you see how many there are? There's thousands. Charles is very capable. You know, some people think he just makes 3D printed mods. Like, no, this guy can work with all sorts of materials for the buttons and tips. And then here is all the different colors it comes in. So color options add $25. I didn't know that. I thought colors were standard. I guess that just means that their availability is standard. The accent bezel, a lot of people don't know what this is. Married accent tips, that just means there's like a little gold ring around your stuff. I don't really see the point of it, but a lot of people have that. Yeah, and then the bootlegger, this has interesting options because, and then like this, you have a pattern option. Some of these things have tons of patterns. So this also has two colors. You have the accessory color, which is like this little bar right here, and I think the for the wattage buttons, because they're different. They're different than the other standard buttons. Like here, like here's the color right there, and then you can get other ones separately as well. But so device color and then accent color. So it doesn't look like you're charged for the accent color, just the device color. So that's interesting. And yeah, this site is Captain Chuck's Flavor Island. So like under Borat, let's see, like, I'm sure he has, so pay attention to the body style. See how it's blank? And now this one is the one I have, the Anniversary Goyard one. Goyard. Here's the Monarchy version. No official pics yet. So like some of these things he doesn't have pictures for. And I think that's a shame. When you're spending decent money, you should be able to know what all these patterns are, especially if he offers them. I mean, you should have these example photos up, I would think. I mean, if somebody as capable as Charles is, and how much people are willing, you know, how much people love BMM and are willing to help, I feel like there should be examples for all this stuff. You know, whether if he doesn't use his own photo, I mean, he could use a customer's submitted photo. So here's a Domesteel version. So some of them he definitely has, you know, examples, but other times he doesn't. So, ooh, I like this exact kind, actually. That's rich. I like this. The marble buttons, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I just don't know the pattern I want. If I want glared, because I already have that. I've had it before. Bird's nest. I guess. I don't know. I have had a really hard time figuring out which one to go with. Buttons, material color. I mean, so this is the window where it shows you all that. Beetlejuice. I mean, it takes some time to figure out, like, especially with something like this, considering how many color options there are for the buttons. So it's a lot of choices to make, and considering you can't see any of this stuff until you're about to buy it and you only have 48 hours to do that, it definitely creates a pressure, you know what I mean, to make a decision, numerous decisions as to how you want to customize your mod, because they're all made to order. He doesn't have any of this stuff in stock, so then another, I don't know, 5 or 6 months it will take for this to even be, or to come, you know, into fruition. So let's see what other patterns there are for the Gouliard stash box. So only 3, because this is newer. Blank, Monarchy. The Monarchy one is very nice. Yeah. Not that interested in it. I mostly just like the Mule and the Bootlegger, only they don't have battery door covers. So yeah, only 2 patterns for this. I could get the meat. I mean, it's tough. And I also don't know if any of these include the new, what's it called? The new DNA 60C chip yet or not. I don't know. Oh, this is cool. Kill It Customs collab graphic. I mean, which is kind of weird that collab graphics are available. Digicamo. See, I thought certain things got retired, certain patterns, once he made them so many times. I guess not. No, this is what I always had. Or this is what I have, the floral one. So that's like the original pattern. And blank, I mean. So this is new. Rendering only at the moment. So this is something new. I guess you get, what are these, like a Lumide? Extra wattage buttons. This adds a 3rd small button to use as a spare. I don't, okay. Yeah, it's really interesting getting to see this website like this. I mean, the website's always available to you, but looking at these mods, not so much. So yeah, tons of patterns for the older mods. But look, still no example pictures for a lot of these patterns, which is kind of a bummer because I have no idea what pattern I would do. Again, orientation. Oh look, so he has visuals for showing you how it would look on the left or the right. I would do the right, because I'm right-handed. But see, the exposed battery, it often goes unnoticed, the exposed battery, but It is there. I just wish you would make a battery door cover for this. I would love this mod. So these colors, right? It's black, blue, and then if anything but black, you're adding $25. Bordeaux red, brown, which sounds nice, copper orange, emerald green, another color I like. Gray is very nice, very original. Magenta, not me. Moss green, it can come two ways. Purple, no. Magenta and purple, I mean, they're both, I don't know. Teal, I like a lot of the times. Toxic green is relatively rare. You don't see people get that very often. I don't think I've seen any that I like. I'm leaning toward blue. I really like the sealed blue look. But brown, emerald green, all very appealing in my opinion. Decisions. So let's see what happens. So shipping is calculated. Here's actually the shipping policy. Well, guys, here it is. This is it. We're done. This is an order I placed a while back for drip tips, I believe, and buttons or something like that. But this is the new order, March 5th. It came out to $325.92. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Here's the finished order. We have a closed mule, and it will be right side orientated so that the fire button is on the right side. And we got the frostbite materials for the drip tip and buttons. And the style of the drip tip, meaning the shape, is the boss tip, which is frequently cited as what many people say is the best tip that he does, best shape. I've never had it. I was gonna get it before, and then the Rook is also really popular. I've had the Deuces tip, which is very nice as well, and this is kind of similar to that. Now on the flip side of this, if you were to go choose the new bow rat, or what you would get is this. So this is actually the Dama Steel version of the 38. You don't really see this pattern too often. You know, these are all the pattern options for the 38. The blank, the koi, and so the new stash box is actually less. This is for the Illumide 38, and these are all the different battery doors options that you get, because the whole thing's aluminum except for the battery door. That's still 3D printed. So you get the slits, easy open, so there's like a big split right here. I don't know if you could see it. And then this is interesting. It says 38 wheel. So there's like little grooves cut in it so that it looks like a revolver. Here's some examples. So just your panel and your battery door are 3D printed. And that is $339. So you're still having to add $25 just to have these two little colored parts rather than the entire mod being colored. So there's the difference. The Illumide one is $365 and the regular one is $345. Okay, so here's where the bootlegger comes in.